And away we go. A little bit of a worry there. It was circling and circling until we decided to go live. Welcome back to Waffle Board Breaks box number 635 in the 3+ years now, going strong. Last box before the reload goes in. 1 in 26 box odds. Thank you everybody for grabbing the spots and then filling us up. I think we have about a dozen different 26 spots tonight, so good luck. CK, looking at the last two boxes, is the winner of record, looking to go to the turkey. Back-to-back hits. He had the second box on Sunday before the giveaway, and then of course he had the box on Tuesday, so he is now in position to go for a turkey. I think he's had one in the past. I know he's been stopped a couple times. Big Al was our usual for a couple times when we've had people go for turkeys, but no Big Al tonight. Like I said, it's a pretty good crowd, 12 different people, I think. We got Dale in with a bunch of spots. We said up Thomas M, Greg K, Daryl L, Brett GJG, father-son duo, Nick F. Who else we got? James M with spots. CK has a couple looking to go. One jet. So good luck, everybody. I'm excited tonight who the randomizer shines on with 1 in 26 box odds. The spots are live on eBay. I saw some spots already, got some bids. New stuff obviously getting some love, which is cool. I'd like to see you guys chasing the new stuff. Like I said, some of these are near and dear to me after chasing them down or submitting them to the JSA myself. And, obviously I have to vet. I would want to chase myself, or I won't even chase. So some really good jerseys, some really fun names. Like I said, 8 new names in the 17, which is crazy. Like I said, we haven't had Sundin in the past. Larry Onoff is new. Ray Whitney, Sandy McCarthy, Joel Quenville you never see, so that's really cool on the Wales jersey. Jesper Bratt, it was nice to get him. Elias Lindholm, current playing with the Boston Bruins, a very nice one. Obviously, he's played with the Flames before that. And then Gabe Velarde, current young star with the Winnipeg Jets, all new names, which is great. Nice to see the white Duchesne Reebok Avalanche jersey, obviously where he was drafted. Again, the Flames, no words for the Flames or the Corey Perry Anaheim Ducks White Fanatics. Of course, he won the Hart Trophy and he had 50 goals when he scored, obviously with the Anaheim Ducks. So that's obviously he's been in the finals now. I think 6 of 7 years or 5 of 6 years. Absolutely crazy with the Bolts this year. See if they can make a run to continue Corey Perry's late career finals appearances, which is absolutely insane. He had a good year. Obviously, he had a couple goals before they traded for him. He ended up, I think, with 16 or 17. I think he had 16 or 17 last year. So you're talking about a guy that's 41 years old, still scoring. Obviously, he's the kind of guy that he's not like a pure sniper like an Ovechkin. He's more like a down and dirty, goes into the paint, knows how to get some tips, plays at the far post and, plays on the power play. He's definitely got to take some beating. He's always been one of my favorites as long as he's been playing. Obviously, a lot of his teammates are long gone, but he's still going strong. Obviously, I would like to see if he comes back and plays again next year. I'm not sure if the contract for him is for next year as well, but he definitely could play still in the NHL. He's not done. We're starting to see guys. Obviously, Quick has now laced them up for the last time. Jonathan Quick, 3 cups. Obviously, 2 as a starter with the Kings and 1 as a backup with the Golden Knights. He played all through to the end of the season with the Rangers. Obviously, when Shesterkin was hurt, he stepped in and played his butt off. And Jonathan Quick, obviously, he was a great NHL goalie, but most of the goalies from his era are now all gone. Obviously, they've started to, fade away and retire. But like I said, we're starting to lose some of these players. Of course, the Penguins had a resurgence this year with their trio of Malkin, Crosby, and Letang, as well as, of course, Carlson, who they brought over. But that aging core for the Penguins wants to have another late run. We'll see what they do if they make some noise in the playoffs. Playoffs are set. This is the last day of the NHL season. Just a handful of games going. Some important numbers, though. We saw Stamkos got his 41st and 42nd goal tonight. My boy Philip Forsberg got his 39th and 40th. Cutter Gauthier, young player for the Ducks, got his 41st. So I mean, you got guys putting up numbers, even though it's the very last game of the year. I know a lot of rookies get some ice time, and obviously teams getting ready for the playoffs try to rest players if possible. But McDavid, of course, gets 2 more points. He's going to win the scoring title. He's up by, I think, 6 now. I mean, Cooch is done, but he's up by 6 now. I think McKinnon would have to have like a 7 or 8 point night to pass McDavid. But McKinnon will win the Richard scoring trophy. McDavid will win the Art Ross trophy. The Hart trophy, we'll see where it goes. It's justifiable, any of those 3, including even Celebrini, if you want to throw him in there. Can be considered for the Hart Trophy. No goalie, I think, is really Hart Trophy caliber like Hellebuck was last year. I think Vasilevsky probably should win the Vezina this year. His numbers were as good or better than everybody's across the board. He led the league in wins. Unless for Milka, I guess all he's playing tonight for Utah could tie him. His goals against, I think, was the best in the league. He only had a couple shutouts. I think Milka ended up with Sorokin ended up, I think, with 6 or 7. But obviously, he lost a lot of games down the stretch. He found out, I think, 10 wins behind Vasilevsky. Vasilevsky didn't get the 40, only got the 39. But in the era with goalie tandems, you don't see guys get close to that. 40 is like the benchmark that players can get there. But no one looks like they're going to get there. Got 39 for Vasilevsky, 38 for Melka. I don't know if he's playing for Utah tonight. Let me double check that. Utah's playing. Let's see. They're 3-3 with the Blues. Let me see if they're playing Vemelka tonight. And yes, he is playing. Well, it looks like Vanacek came in for a little bit. Vemelka played, gave up 3 goals. I don't know who's in the game right now. I'm assuming it's Vemelka, but at the best, he can tie with wins for Vasilevsky. And of course, he wants to say that he should be the winner of the Vezina. But of course, obviously the Lightning ended up with the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference. I think the seedings, look at the seedings, the only people really complaining are the Stars out west, of course. Of course, they have to play, they're going to lose at least one of the top 3 teams in the first round. Because number 2 and number 3 are the 3 best teams out west. The teams over 90-something points, 96 points are the 3 top teams out west. So you're definitely going to lose one of those in the first round with number 2 team. I think you lose 2 if the way it falls. If the Avalanche play the winner of that series, that's the Dallas and who's the other team out west? They're paired up at the west. Where's our standings? Dallas and Minnesota. So Minnesota and Dallas play in the first rounds, of course, and that'll decide. Obviously, if the winner of that has to play against Colorado in the second round, you can lose 2 of the 3 teams in the second round, which is crazy. Obviously, with a top-heavy conference, the way the playoff setup it is, the second team plays the third team, and that's why Dallas is playing Minnesota in the first round. And then Colorado, of course, plays the Kings in the first round. But you could lose 2 of your 3 best teams just like that by the second round. In the Eastern Conference, every team was better than 4 through 8 in the Western Conference, but all 8 teams in the Eastern Conference had more points. It was stacked. The Eastern Conference was stacked. The matchups looked real great. Obviously, the playoffs start Saturday. No games tomorrow. Playoffs will start Saturday. My Bolts are playing home versus Montreal. Started off Penguins playing the Flyers in the first round. It should be interesting. Like I said, it's going to be good matchups. Now is when hockey, of course, matters. It becomes a war of attrition, trying to stay healthy and trying to get wins. Trying to win road wins are huge. but we'll see who can make some noise. At this point in time, obviously, Colorado had the best season all year long, and they are a strong team. They're a deep team, talented team, lots of offense. McCarr is now back skating, got 3 assists the last game he played in. But we'll see. I don't know if they're clearly the best team. Their goalies are relatively unproven at the playoff level. So, like I said, if they can continue to I mean, it's not going to be blowout games in the playoffs. Everybody knows that's how it is. But like I said, WrestleMania weekend as well. Yeah, that's the way it falls. So, yeah, the playoffs start Saturday. But like I said, I mean, we're going to find out pretty soon. I mean, Colorado has the firepower. We're going to find out pretty soon if they have the defense to win in the playoffs and the goaltending to win in the playoffs. Because when you get down to the knockout round, I mean, this is where teams are. Earn their keep. So, but I'm not saying that they're a paper tiger or anything like that. But I mean, when you have 3 teams well above and beyond everybody else in the conference, I mean that could, your record, your point totals could look a little skewed. Teams in the East beat each other up, a deep team, but they just haven't been able to get over the hump. Obviously, Florida's owned hockey with the Bolts win the cups, and then the Lance got theirs, and of course the Panthers got back-to-back. So we'll see if Carolina can get over the hump. Now Florida's not there. Tampa is not as deep and as talented, I think, as Carolina, but they have the playoff pedigree. So, obviously not everybody there has won cups in Tampa, but their core has. Of course, no Hedman, obviously, no Stamkos because he's now in Nashville. A lot of their key, core members, the gut members, the Kalorns, they're gone. Lots, those guys are all gone. The Big Rig is not there anymore. There are a lot of key members of those Bolt Cup teams that are no longer with the organization, but when you have guys like Kucherov and Vasilevsky, and obviously their defense is talented, they're still a threat. But we'll see. Like I said, I mean, I 7-game series, anything can happen. We know that's the truth. But obviously, I know in the Eastern Conference, I think, as a Bolts fan, Carolina, Montreal, those 2 teams. Clearly, maybe Buffalo. Like I said, Buffalo kind of whooped up on Tampa at the end of the season. I'm not sure if they're going to do that in the playoffs, but Buffalo is for real. We're going to find out real soon how real. But like I said, those I think are the best teams in the East. Of course, Pittsburgh is playing for their legacy, and obviously the Flyers are kind of just happen to be there, but they've got lots of young talent, so it's going to be fun. Like I said, I can't wait. Obviously, Saturday kicks it off. I think 4 games on Saturday, so that should be fun. And then games, I think Sunday. I think Tampa starts Sunday probably against Montreal, but I didn't see times of anything yet. They want to get that all settled, and I guess the schedule's not posted, but I didn't even check yet, so we'll see how that goes. But so then, very last day of regular season hockey, we got the last box before the reload goes in. Boxes are all built. I got 17 boxes on the shelves, unlabeled. I got all the boxes on the table in front of me, so all 26 boxes on the table. We got 2 stacks of 8 and then a stack of 10. So there we are. So we'll see what comes out tonight. Good luck to all you guys. Like I said, thank you for getting in and getting the breaks. We've done well. We've hit some monsters. Obviously, we hit the Yager. We've hit some big Boston Bruins. We've hit, obviously the Morrissey. We've hit, like I said, we've hit the Clayton Keller. But there are lots of big jerseys in there still to be hit. So, like I said, I'm not rooting for or against anybody. Like I said, we've hit, I think the last 4 straight have been from the new run. So we went from having 14 down to 10 left in that reload. So we now have 2, 2, 4, 3, 5, and 10. So we still have 6 runs have jerseys left in them. We'll see what comes out tonight. Of course, 3 and 11 are still attached to the hip. We hit 3, we'll open up 11 as well. We hit 11, we open up 3 as well. Sooner or later, it's going to happen. They got double chance of either one of those boxes hitting. Of course, 2 chances out of 26 is better than 1 chance out of 26. But those are attached to the hip. That's our built-in double box. But other than that, like I said, I'm ready to roll. So Thomas is here. A couple people are still watching. Obviously, you guys can tune in at your leisure. Make sure you get over to eBay in the next couple of days. Get your placeholder bids in and get your fighting gloves on for the battle on Sunday. So it's gonna be fun. Look to if I don't do it tomorrow, look to it Saturday on the boxing up video. Probably tomorrow. I'm probably gonna mail out what I have to mail out tomorrow. So either before or after, maybe I'll do the boxing up video, and then I'll probably box them up, maybe seal them up. I won't number anything. I'll shuffle them up again, and then I'll probably number them and shuffle them up probably either Saturday or Sunday. So it's good to get them in the boxes at least without even being sealed. So I can't know what's in everything, but I gotta get the boxing up video. So think about it tomorrow. I'll probably try to get to it. Probably maybe 10 or 11. So it's probably when I'll go live. No concrete decision yet, but if you see me going live, of course, that's what it is, the boxing up video, which is always fun. So can't wait to show off these jerseys. Like I said, some of them have been long. No, some of them have been not in my possession too long, but a bunch of them I got back from JSA, and I can't wait to get them into your guys' hands. So we'll see how we go. So other than that, like I said, last day of regular season, last box before the reload, 1 in 26 box odds. Let's do it. Let's do it. Good luck, everybody. Let me get my randomizer, my dice, my list. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. Okay. Of course, you know the drill. We do 5 or more on our dice roll to decide how many times we're going to random our list in order. We haven't hit one of the old boxes, so we are still skipping 4 of the boxes in the new run. New runs here. It will be 98, 99, and then I'll start over at 1. And then, of course, 3 will be skipped. But in the 17 boxes, we will probably skip, I think, those 4. It probably goes, I think 18 was probably my listing. No, it goes to 19, it looks like. Yeah, with skipping 4 numbers, it will go to 19, 98 to 19. So good luck, everybody. Let's do it. See who gets the hit. 5 or more on our dice roll. 9 times. Mr. Bueller, 9 times. I got 1 late game tonight, so we'll get to that. Like I said, I won't do anything yet for the reload. Obviously, the box is already made. I think I make sure I got tape and everything. I'm ready to roll, so gonna make sure we're good. So here we go. 9 times. Good luck, everybody. Boxes here in order. Let's do it. 1, 26 boxes. 2, 3. See if anybody wants to stop the CK turkey. 5, 6, 7, 8. And the box we're going to open tonight is going to be box number 3. Oh, there it is. We finally have box number 3. 9 times. Box number 3. 9 times. Box number 3. That means number 11 is coming with it. Boom. There we go. 3 and 11. Double box action. Woo. Very good. Okay. Let me go. Very, very good. There it is. Exactly. Nick's calling. He's helping keep track for me. Let me see what we got. Oh, it's the same person. Let me see. Woo-hoo-hoo. Here we go. There we go. 3 and 11. The double box, built-in double box. There it is. 3 and 11. There we go. Very good. Congratulations. Like I said, these have been up there. This is the only box from November. So now we have left on the table 6 boxes from December. Those are December, the whole left column right now. And then everything else is from 2026. So boom, just like that. Our 2 oldest are gone. Built-in double box as the last box before the reload. I don't know which is in which, so we got to open them both. Box number 3 is Keandre Miller, New York Rangers. Keandre Miller, congratulations. There it is. That's a Fanatics Unwrapped Keandre Miller, silver ink on the 79. Of course, Keandre currently one of the good young defenders for the Carolina Hurricanes. So I believe we're going to see him as the top seed in the Eastern Conference. About ready for some playoff time. He's had some good numbers this year. Keandre Miller, New York Rangers, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Adidas Pro, fight strapped, of course. Keandre Miller, 79 on the New York Rangers. There you go. Boom time. Just like that. Double box comes out. Woo! Keandre Miller, box number 3, box number 11. We know the drill. This should be Linus Ullmark. It's funny because the Linus Ullmark is the Adidas alternate, I believe, with the B on the front. The Elias Lindholm is the exact same style with the big B on the front. There it is. Linus Ullmark. The yellow Adidas. And there it is. Linus Ullmark. Fanatics. Linus Ullmark. Obviously currently on the Ottawa Senators. Very, very nice. Linus Ullmark, gorgeous. Adidas alt, fight strapped, of course. 2 Adidas, just like that. Double box for your pleasure. There's the B, the Boston B on the front. Linus Ullmark, Boston B, and Keandre Miller. Double box action. Congratulations. That goes to Dale C. Dale C had the spots. Very, very nice. Congratulations to Dale. He grabbed both spots. He wanted to have both in case they hit, and he got them both. Keandre Miller, Linus Ullmark, double box for your pleasure, guys. There we go. I wanted to do that just to have the oldest boxes get out together. There we go. Like I said, I know it's always good to take a stab. And obviously, you want a cheap stab and a nice jersey, nice Adidas Pro, gorgeous jerseys. Obviously, Linus Ullmark, current starting goaltender for the Sens. Keandre Miller, one of the best young defensemen for the Carolina Hurricanes. We'll see him very shortly. I don't know if they're playing Saturday or Sunday, but check out the schedule. But Keandre Miller, Carolina Hurricanes looking to get over the hump. Linus Ullmark with the Sens. So there you go. Congratulations, Dale C. on the double whammy. Very, very nice. Last box before the reload. So just like that, we're down to 24. So 17 going back in. That means you only have 41 and 40 on Sunday night. So there we go. It takes away my extra box I was hoping to add in, but just like that, we're back down to 41 for Sunday night. So good luck, everybody. I'll end, of course, the Ullmark and the Miller, 41 boxes, 41 spots for Sunday night. 41 and 40 will be our box odds. We'll be down to 39, just like that, next Tuesday. So, like I said, I'll be working on the spot price preview Sunday as we get closer to the break time, just so I can have it ready for you guys. But I know it'll take a little while, Phil, probably next Tuesday and Thursday, but I'll try to keep the spots as low as I can for you guys. But good luck. Like I said, thank you very much. There we go. It took a while for us to hit the double box. I knew it was going to come sooner or later. It's only a matter of mathematics. But there we go. Ullmark and Keandre. Congratulations, Dale. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy this good weather. It's supposed to be dropping down next week. So but I think it hit 90 here in the Philly area. It got close if it didn't. But it's a bit of a heat wave. But enjoy the playoffs. We got last night today. Last game. There's a late game. Colorado and the Kraken end the season. And then, of course, we'll be ready Sunday or Saturday afternoon for real playoff hockey. So thank you much, everybody. Waffleboard Breaks couldn't do it without you. Just like that, we're down to 25 now or 24, and then 17 going in. So back up to 31 or 41 for Sunday. So thank you much, guys. I will see you back here on Sunday. Waffleboard Breaks is out. Take care.